Republika Srpska's National Assembly adopts a draft of a new constitution to form a separate army and judiciary in a bid to expand autonomy. Mark Carney is sworn in as Canada's Prime Minister and now has to deal with a trade war and annexation threats from Washington.
The National Assembly of the Republika Srpska, Bosnia's Serb-led entity, has adopted a new draft allowing the formation of a separate army and judiciary, despite criticism. The new proposal aims to expand Republika Srpska's autonomy. The Office of the High Representative, which oversees Bosnia's peace agreement, condemned the move, calling it a serious violation of the Dayton Peace Accord and warning of legal consequences. The draft constitution will go for 30 days of public discussion before being sent for a final vote in the Assembly.
Bulgaria's parliament welcomed new lawmakers on Friday following a court-ordered partial recount of the October early general election, reshaping the country's political landscape. The Constitutional Court's ruling allowed the nationalist and pro-Russian Greatness Party to surpass the 4% threshold, securing 10 seats in the 240-seat chamber. This brings the total number of parties in parliament to 9, further complicating the already fragmented political scene. The recount reduced the current coalition government's majority, weakening its grip on power after 7 elections in just 4 years. Former Prime Minister Boyko Borisov accused President Rumen Radev of orchestrating chaos by questioning the election results, alleging that Radev's judges were behind the decision. With Bulgaria aiming to adopt the euro next year, observers warn that another early vote could destabilize the nation's progress.
I, Mark Carney.
Mark Carney has been sworn in as Canada's 24th Prime Minister. He'll now have to steer his country through a trade war started by the United States. Donald Trump put 25% tariffs on Canada's steel and aluminium and is threatening sweeping duties on all Canadian products from the 2nd of April. Carney, who is head of the Bank of Canada, said he respects Trump's agenda and is looking forward to speaking with him.
We understand the importance President Trump places on American workers and American jobs. We want him and his administration to understand the importance we put on Canadian workers and Canadian jobs.
Carney also said that Canada will never in any way be part of the United States. Those remarks come after threats from Trump to annex the country and make it the 51st state. The annexation threat has infuriated Canadians and caused a spike in nationalism.
China, Russia and Iran held talks on Iran's nuclear program on Friday after US President Donald Trump pushed to jumpstart a new deal. The deputy foreign ministers of the 3 countries met in Beijing, and the foreign minister of China later hosted the group. In a joint statement, they called for the termination of US sanctions on Iran over its nuclear program. The talks came after Trump wrote a letter to Iran's supreme leader in an attempt to re-engage talks over Tehran's rapidly advancing program. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has mocked Trump, saying he isn't interested in talks with a bullying government, although Iranian officials have offered conflicting signals over the possibility of negotiations. China, Russia, France and Britain participated in the original 2015 preliminary framework agreement for the Iran nuclear deal.
Former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte has made a brief appearance via video at the International Criminal Court, just days after his arrest in Manila on murder charges related to his administration's controversial war on drugs. The 79-year-old leader appeared on screen from a nearby detention center in The Hague.
Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Duterte has been accused of committing crimes against humanity for allegedly overseeing the killings of drug dealers and users. Protesters, both for and against Duterte, gathered outside the court in The Hague, where his daughter also spoke, telling reporters she expected the ICC to give her permission to visit her father. If convicted, Duterte faces a maximum sentence of life imprisonment.